There's a big doggy. Ruff, ruff. Hello, puppy. Whoa. A lot of meat. She tastes good. I see you. What you doing? Get the squirrels? And she's came home, had a weird error on her brakes. Said the brakes didn't work well. I got in, and the pedal went right to the floor. So we're getting some diesel for the truck because it's almost out, and she can't handle this. But that's a lot of dieselages. We won't be getting that. Reasons I didn't change the tires to the winter tires on her car and then back. So I never really checked the brakes, but that's not supposed to be metal to metal. So just getting some weird airs. I'm going to start with pads and rotors because, I mean, obviously this is a problem. I'm not sure if the computer's being super smart and saying there's a loss of hydraulic because the brakes are metal to metal. I don't know. We're going to start with that. New master cylinder is normally what you do to a regular car. But this has got hydro-electro brakes because it's doing regenerative braking, it's doing mechanical braking. I don't know. There's an accumulator because when it's running on battery, there's no vacuum. A new master cylinder is $700, so I'm going to start with the simple things. We're going to order ourselves some pads and rotors and just maybe a new hardware kit. I don't know. So in the meantime, she's going to drive that. That one I got to get rid of hopefully this week. I got to get my kid to find the damn title or go get a new title, but I'm done with that. So the sunroof has become unglued. I put a whole bunch of silicone on there, heated up the cabin. Then I put some weights on there. You can see some weights. So hopefully that seals up tonight. I'll just let that be. I could even feel resistance pushing up on it while I was putting the goop in because I was like squeezing the tube, and the tube's like 3 years old and it's barely liquid. And then I'd stop, you know, where you have to roll it up and squeeze even harder, and I'd push it up, and you could feel the resistance. So that should hold for a little bit, probably till long enough that I forget that I need to repair it properly, and then it comes apart. That sounds about right. Got your stick? Come on. Come on.
Show mommy your stick.
Got a work site, but yeah, glass is moving and the frame's moving, so my temporary fix should hold a little while. It smells though. New dog's getting acclimated. I don't know how, but Joe lost the dog within 5 minutes of putting it on the leash, taking it for a walk. Fortunately, she was on the leash and she ran in the woods and got caught up with the bramble. I was able to find her. She didn't bark or anything, and I don't have an iPhone AirTag on her yet, and so I guess that'll be the next purchase. Takes the leash kindly. I gave up on that one. Come on. She did potty outside, which is nice. A number 1, if I know my numbers. Come here, little girl. She's got her full tail, though. I like that. Normally, they clip the tails on Yorkies. For girl, you taking a number? Let her be. Let her be. First sighting. So this is the new VW electric bus. It's got that cool retro look on it. I don't know how far it goes. Definitely looks small.
Come on, Mox. You go potty?
Got a good gait.
I like her tail. Hi, Minnie.
Putting this tree that showed up from school up here, but I had the lights off for a reason. Want to make sure my fan was spinning, so best to do that with the lights off. So it's definitely spinning, so that's good. Pulling some fresh air in. I got vents all along, but it's still hot in here. I don't know, sometimes I put a screen in that window and leave it open. That brings a lot of air in here. Unfortunately, the air doesn't escape here, but that's higher, so it should help at least get, I don't know. I don't really want to put a vent in here. Eventually want to put an air conditioning unit out here and have a separate zone for the master bedroom. Just kind of put up there. I got electricals. Got electricals circuit boxes right there. So we can just drag some 220 up. Maybe just power off the solar that I don't have yet. Fuck, I forgot I got my rolling suitcase from Costco, duffel bag thing, and it's falling apart. And then I realized I've been using this since 2017. I bought it for $35, and it's been to 17, almost 6 RSNAs, several trips to Dallas, and it's been to Europe, it's been to Morocco, it's been on 3 cruises, been to Alaska. So she's well done, but the liners and stuff are falling apart. The zippers are still holding on. Maybe I can deal with that. I don't know. But I've got my money's out of her. That's
good. She's eating. I think she's eating. Don't steal. See, it freaks her out, but I gotta keep. You tired? Go ahead and eat. Is that it? Well, oil fuel leak spots all over the driveway, and I can smell. There it is. That's not a line. God damn it. A little better. It's the drum that gets you home. Of course, it's not leaking all over the freaking place.
Well, last year, the shutter plate, that's the plate that goes on here, that you adjust how much airflow is on there. The screw broke off inside, so I tried to use an easy out, and then I tried to use a hand threader, and I broke the tap in there. Fortunately, I was able to hit with a nail and get to tap out. You can't do tap a tap. It doesn't work.
Hey, come back.
But I rethreaded it with a standard thread. I don't know if it's metric or not, but it doesn't matter because, I mean, it just needs a hole to screw. Worst case is I could fill that in with solder or something and then go over here, drill another hole. Unfortunately, it only goes a little bit, then it hits the flange inside. So I had to make the screw shorter. But now we should have a working thing. I am hesitant because I guess this will work. It'd be nice if this had metal on both sides, like this was a slot. It'd be nice if that threaded in there too. But so basically you're adjusting how much oxygen goes in. And again, this is cast bronze. Or some, I don't, it's weird because it's bronze, but it rusts. But bronze doesn't, I don't know. It's got a high steel content, I guess, or iron content. But she's a base, so, well, this is the only thing really preventing us that and running a gas line from the inside for natural gas. But, damn, hope that works. You had to put it like that. These, so I got a Lynx grill, and I know the part number. Oh, wait, maybe I can reference up there. I just couldn't find the right part number for this piece, and I ordered what's supposed to be there. This is just stamped out of steel, but that's not right. Again, there should be like a slot so that the screw is hitting both sides, which this isn't hitting. It's only hitting on the one side. That's why it looks all cockeyed. Go with the part number, because the part number of this should drive this. Do that tomorrow. Can't really weld that in there. And it needs to be adjusted. That's the whole point of having that slot there. Great. Well, there's another 10 hours wasted. So it's the first day of spring or last day of winter for, I don't know what day it is, but of course it's got to snow then. So that's great. Another reason why we're not working on the motoring of the block this week. So this is the same set my wife's grandmother gave us. Much nicer shape though. And it looks similar, but that's definitely the same design. I guess it's not the same. I think the other was bigger. Pass HP LaserJet 3. This is early 90s, late 80s. God, I remember that display. And then you want fonts? You put in a cartridge. Yes, fonts came on a memory cartridge like that. And you had two. And you'd select in WordPerfect which font you have. That is, God, that is so many memories. And then of course, this pops up, and that's where your cartridge goes in. HP was unique because it came with a toner, drum, developer cartridge all in one. Oh, and yes, the Centronics port. Yeah, it's got a big old port on the back there, lots of collar for the doggy, and really? Are we killing it or training it? Maybe a German show. Hollywood Bowl pet store. I got a new leash for the doggy. Then some samples because she doesn't like what she's eating. And yeah, that's weird. Got an hour before I leave, an hour and 15 minutes. So because her breaks were.
Sure how to help you with
that. Shut the fuck up. Echo! Pause. Because it's metal to metal, and because it was, I read that some of the errors I'm getting on there might be related to the brakes, and specifically the caliper's not moving. I also ordered these and these, which are the hardware for one side, hoping that I can resuscitate the others. But sure enough, after I took these apart, these are supposed to move, and they're completely stuck. Well, that one's moving. This one is not moving. So, in fact, a little persuasion. That one's stuck. So, we're going to take that apart, clean that, replace the pin that's bad. I got new rubber seals in here, and we'll go ahead and slap that on there. I'm also going to drain. I've never drained the fluid on this. Only had it for 3 years. I did research this. This is the right one, and I got to put a wash on the other side, just make this, it's just not right. It's not going to hold properly either. Also, I probably need a bigger head here. There's just not enough meat there to do, but this does look like the right one. I was able to Google this and get this. This is a slightly different design. The other ones have a cup around it, but it doesn't really need a cup. I mean, it's just limiting the airflow there. So, yeah, we'll deal with that later. But I need my vise to deal with that bracket. So, free the pins, replace the ones that are needed, replace the rubber, lubricate. I'm also going to pull these off. Sorry. We'll start again. Pull the pins. This one's stuck. And lubricate these, clean these, put the new rubbers on, put new pins as needed. Take these little stainless steel clips off. Run this on the wheel or use the death wheel. Wire brushing thing here. I gotta get this stuff. I need more room. Because when rust expands, it pushes this out, which binds up the things, the pads. So we don't want that. This is looks important. So yeah, that's our game plan, and to get the hell out of here, I gotta move a refrigerator. Yeah. Brake rotors, there's a screw or a bolt that goes in here, and it keeps the rotor from falling off. And do you need it? Not really, because rotor's not gonna fall off. Fucking wheel's bolted to it. Is that gonna fall off? No, but it's there, and you got to get it off. So, good, bad. They put a Torx bolt on here. So it's a little Torx guy, and it looks like it's fairly good steel. And once I got it loose, I had to go through all this muck and clean those threads out as I back it out. But check this out. You think this is Torx? Enhance. That is Torx Plus. Meaning, if I put it on a Torx Plus, look. That almost holds completely. If I put it on a regular Torx, it just wobbles. So the difference is enhance a lot. The splines are thinner and thicker are the Torx Plus. I don't know if you can see how much thicker that is than that. So if you want these things not to get fucking stripped out, you have a Torx Plus. I just learned about Torx Plus because I've been dealing with Torx for years. Why not come up with a new standard Plus? So yeah, I bought these about in October. This is the first time I've used the set, but it's handy. First thing I know, so like I'm trying these different ones. I'm trying a 27, 30, 25. None of them fit properly. And I'm like, oh wait, maybe it's the Torx Plus. So anyhow, got to put that back in the new. Obviously, this is the new. This one doesn't look bad here, but it's when you look the other side that it's a little crispy. I don't know if you can see it's worn through. That's because two reasons. Well, one predominant reason, the caliper pin froze, so the brakes would only work on the inside as it pushes the piston. The way the whole thing's supposed to work is the piston pushes out, and then the caliper floats on the other side so that it squeezes on both sides. But in this case, the caliper wasn't moving, it was just pushing on the front side, which is why it normally wore twice as quick on this side until it hit metal, and then it didn't wear anymore. I gotta remember to push that piston back. Use the old vice grips on there. We gotta check the outside, make sure there's no rust inside the piston. That's chrome, and chrome will get you home, but it got the caliper bolts back in. I use this really long wrench here to tighten it because I could just right down. I've got these nicely high temperature siliconed in. I stepped in dog shit. I got my pads back in, so you can see them. And then I push my caliper back. So remember, it was stuck out there. I use vice grips. Is just the easiest way. These kinds you don't have to turn. Usually on the back, for some reason, you have to turn them as you push and turn, push and turn. There's like a screw inside. This is just a big piston. So we're gonna go ahead and slap those back in. We'll put a little bit of grease on there. Grease is in there not to lubricate it, but just keep the rust out. Just kind of keep it floating there. But I think we're gonna be on the path to success. When I'm done, I'm going to spray some goop on the bleeder because I want to bleed these brakes. But for now, I'm just gonna put them back on, and then we'll gravity bleed them, meaning just let it bleed out. Though I got a pusher pump where it pushes the fluid in here and comes out there, so maybe we'll try that later. But I gotta go. What I use is keep all the tools that you brought out, because chances are when you do the other side you're gonna need them, so we'll just push these aside. Definitely got a mess going on here. Don't think I'm gonna be using these, but I'll check. There's a number on here that is the thickness it can be turned at, because that one side's pretty good. I doubt it. I'll probably just replace them. I keep them and then I don't ever put them on, but that's why I do that. See what kind of treasures we got. The estate sale went to yesterday. First of all, all the cans are free, which I thought was cute. That's still pretty good. I checked one of these; it's still sprayed properly. Fire engine red or fire hydrant red. Contact cleaner is always good for electronics. For some reason, I think I need that. It goes inside the house. Always can use that for underneath cars and stuff. Another WD-40. And again, these don't spray. I just put a hole in it, drain it into my can, and I use it with my spray bottle. This is just good stuff. That will go upstairs. That's for wood, though it looks like the leather kind of thing. There's a leather Lexol that looks just like that container. And then this is good stuff. Good for outdoor things that get left out all year by accident. Like that guy. She's supposed to bring him in. Anyhow, then I got some eclectic things. I'm gonna give these to my daughters. They're just like 6-in-1 screwdrivers. It's a nut driver, and then you got 2 bits on either side. And usually these are different size nut bits. I've never seen one this small though. And it's a fairly good brand, Indurus. Then I got this little guy, and this is one of those nesting Russian type doll things because there's 2 screwdrivers in here. So those are probably more for me than anybody else, because when I go to my daughter's houses, they never have any screwdrivers available. Just a little cute little knife from Alaska. It's pretty sharp. I don't know why it doesn't. I think it's supposed to sit there, but somebody spent some time and engraved the old Alaska name on there. Yeah, so that's different. That was like $2. the book for that. Little stained glass thing. I'll hang that in the window for the wife. This needs to be cleaned up, but it's a U.S. brand, and you can always use more of these. Plus, this has the I'm going to let some air out button, which is nice. You overfill. Always need the thermometer. It says it's 50. I don't think so. Then I got one of these. This is one of those cookie presses. There's more fittings inside. I think she recently bought more of these fittings, but she doesn't have this. So bonus day for her. So yeah, $10. It was a fun little sale. Nobody there. They didn't advertise. I mean, they advertised, but there were no signs up. So that's always a good sign that nobody's going to know where the fuck degrees out here, but we're back at it. We got the heat on because I got my shorts on because I didn't want to get my pants dirty. Bleeder valve is right there. And I put a little wrench on there, and I couldn't get it to budge. So we heated it up with the hot shot. Got her smoke, and then I was able to loosen it, and then the fluid started coming out. So we're going to let that cool down a little bit, and put this on to capture the fluid, and give it a go. So I'm going to just pull some fluid out of there. I should probably put some more in there, and then I'm going to just take it for a test drive and see if that fixes it. Because it's quite possibly the master cylinder. Although, again, that was metal to metal, so... And the things weren't working properly because the pivot bolts were rusted. So it's not a bad idea to do this. It needs to get done anyhow. I'm going to do a quick check over there. The good and bad is they had this nice guard on here, so you can't really feel the other side except for here, but it's hard to do with the wheel on it, but you can certainly see this side, which fooled me because this side on that rotor, this is the back side I couldn't see. This side looks fine. So, you really got to get in there. And, with that splash, you can't, it goes all the way around. It goes all the way to the bottom and comes all the way up here. So the only place you can see is right here and here. So that's a little, sorry, on this area, a little hard to feel back there. Also, of course, when you have the wheel up, you can look and see how much, if there's any pad left there. So this is plenty of pad because the cylinder's right back there. So yeah, that's demoing the house almost 9 years ago. I bought this, and I took down from the attic all the way down to almost the basement. In fact, I took out the floor in the dining room, left the kitchen, left the wall up, but the framers took care of that. So she did well. Often this is the case. I regretted not buying the more expensive one. So we got the Super Sawzall. This one's a fuel, so it's brushless. But a couple things right off the bat I noticed. It's still got the easy. Well, it's got this twist thing, which I think is easier than this. It's got a little stand here. I don't know why you need that. It's got a little heavier duty over molding. You can definitely tell it's thicker. But it's got this hook, which would have been really handy, when you're 28, 30 feet in the air up there. You gotta move something. Where do you do with your Sawzall? Because you're on a ladder. And that was a mistake. So this hook right here is really handy. To just hook it on a 2x4 or 2x6. But a couple other things I noted right away that caught my eye. This one doesn't have the old switcheroo. So this has a switcheroo. So what this means is it's got straight action and then a reciprocating action where it kind of goes like this, a little more aggressive. Sometimes you want the straight, sometimes you want to just rip through things, you don't care. The other thing it has, which I like, is it's got a speed control. This is just, you can barely, pretty much it's on off, whereas you can control the speeder and just pull the trigger. The other thing I noted that would be really handy is she's got lightage. So the light will be handy. The other one didn't have a handy. So I knew about the hook. I knew about the brushless. I didn't know about these other features. So I'm very excited that I got that. I bought that. So what happens is every couple of months, there's a super sale on the Home Depot, and they FedEx it to you the next day for free. That's where I get most of my tools. Now, I just wait. I wait until, and they're usually a substantial discount. And they usually come with batteries. So this comes with a 5 amp bat. That's how I got that one. I got that, this one. Anyhow, but there's multiple choices, and you kind of look like sometimes you can save money by actually getting more. So you get a drill and a Sawzall and a battery kit, and it's the same price or less than just the standard one. So I was going through, And I picked the wrong one when I was getting confused. This one I do like, except it's just the new version of what I already had. It's actually, it doesn't even look that much newer. So we're gonna put this on the eBay. This is 2621. 2620. It's the exact same model. So we'll go ahead and sell that, and I should be able to sell it for the price I bought it. I did use it once just to make sure it works. Yeah, I was really bummed out when I pulled that out, expecting this. I mean, it looked new, so it was an upgrade from this one. This bad boy's good to do. This will be very handy for the barn assembly and disassembly. So when I'm making joints and stuff, I could use the Sawzall, because I'm not so good with the chainsaw. At least I think this will work better. And having that aggressive here and the speed, it'll be nice. So that's why we got that. And that's why if you go to my eBay thing, you'll find do it in the garage, but I decided to do it outside. Then it started snowing, but the dogs are out here. A little finger check over here does tell me that it's all fucked up. So these are probably, well, that one's not stuck, but I bet that one is. And it is. So we're gonna go ahead and take this apart. Basically the same thing. Take the caliper off, take the bracket off, shoot the bracket in the vise, work this thing off, replace it, replace the rubbers, clean and grease, wire brush these down so they put them back on, extend the piston back, pop that Torx Plus fitting out, take the rotor out, toss the rotor on the side, put the new rotor on new pads, put it all back together, bleed a little bit of the juice out. Turns out I overfilled it last time I filled it, so I still have more than enough in there, and take it for a test drive. I did take it for a test drive, and the brakes are working now. They were not working at all before. But by the fact that this side's good and this side's not, it's the same thing. And it's this one at the bottom where it gets more of the junk from the weather. So see one of them. There is the same, goes thick as thieves, the two of them. You see, she just stuck underneath the fence. So that's great. We gotta find the other one. I think they're gonna go inside and watch me. Well, we went for a test drive and everything seems to be going okay. Somebody wants out. But we gotta get some food at the Aldi. Go get the dog. Get the dog. Why won't you get the dog? Uh-oh. The instigator. Thick as thieves, I said? Yes. Oh, you tricked her. I think she's just fucking with her. Well, we got good news, bad news. One is I took the old sensor out that was, smoke was coming out of there. So that's good. But when I blew on the other one, the new one, it did the same thing. So I went ahead and put that in. Hopefully that solves the problem. So again, what happens is she'll get a, fuck, I didn't tighten that, a sensor, slow evaporative leak. And I did Google, and I couldn't find any reference to whether or not that should be leaking. If I could not stand this every fucking time I walk by, that would be awesome. So yeah, so hopefully the air goes away. I don't know. I did spend the extra money and bought a good version of that, but it's only as good as the good. I think it's a Dorman, which is probably not even that good. But so we're gonna go ahead and tighten that one. God damn it, it rolls up, and I just realized that it's really needs a deep socket. So that's great. Anyhow, so hopefully the air goes away. And it doesn't come away on immediately. It comes on randomly. So